The Silent Ones breaks. It was a quiet town. The kind where everyone knew each other's names. Doors remained unlocked at night. Before the Silent Ones came, it started with a whisper. Strange, instinct murmur that drifted through the town. Just after midnight, it wasn't the trees, it was something else. Jacob Reynolds was the first to notice. A middle-aged insomniac. He often sat by his window at sipping still coffee when he heard the whispering. He stepped outside. The sound surrounded him, moving like a living curling around his ears and pressing into his skull. Then just as suddenly as it had started, Jacob never spoke of it. But by the next night, he was gone. His house stood empty, the front door. A single cup of coffee left cold on the table. The next night, others heard it more. Whispers weaving through the streets. A soft, eerie lullaby in a language no one understood. And the disappearances continued. Families vanished from their beds. Neighbors woke to find houses empty. Their occupants missing without a trace. No screams, no struggle. Just silence. Sheriff Dalton tried to set a curfew. Stay inside after dark, but fear crept into the town. Slipping through the cracks in their walls, seeping into their bones, some tried to leave. They never made it far. Their cars were found abandoned on the outskirts. Doors open, headlights still beaming into the void, and then one night someone saw them. Young Molly Carter, no more than 10 years old, appeared out her bedroom when she heard the whispers, and in the dim glow of the street she saw the Silent Ones. They were tall and possibly thin figures. Cloaked in shadow, their faces were smooth, featureless, yet they watched. Their heads turned in unison, as if sensing her gaze. Molly pressed a hand over her mouth to keep from screaming, but the figures only stood there, whispering their dreadful song. The next morning, her parents found her bed empty. By the end of the week, only a handful remained in town. The ones who hadn't fled, the ones too terrified to move. The whispers were constant now and ever in the air. The Silent Ones no longer lingered in the shadows. They walked the streets freely, peering into windows, standing at doorsteps. On the final night, Sheriff Dalton made one last radio broadcast. His voice was shaking. If anyone is out there, don't come looking for us. This town belongs to them. The Silent Ones, they belong. Agonizing silence followed. And then in a voice not his own, the whispering began again. The town was never heard from again.